sharing some fresh content that was just released from Facebook or now Meta. So this is from the Disruptors team that, focuses on e-commerce businesses and kind of gives them best practices on what to do in the Facebook ad account. So it used to be the power of five, right? That was kind of their best practices. Even if you Google now Facebook Power of Five, you can see the old five best practices. Now it's updated for 2022 and it's called Performance 5, which is an interesting name. So let's just kind of go through the five different strategies that's going to increase performance for your account. So, number one, account simplification. They've been talking about this for years, right? And I think now post iOS 14 with the data losses and stuff, and especially if you have a lower budget, like it's more important than ever to simplify your ad account. So yeah, there's not the learning phase. Like you need to, exit as quickly as you can. And I usually take everything from the Facebook reps with a grain of salt, but I have been seeing like way more stable performance now with ad sets that have exited the learning phase. So this is kind of like a good overall formula to keep in mind, where you take your total budget, divide it by the, your average CPA in the account, multiplied by like the 50 conversions you need in a 7-day window to kind of get over the learning phase, and it'll tell you the number of ad sets. So, and then, yeah, you can even keep overall spend in the learning phase below 20%. Okay, so if you want to see what percent of your overall campaigns are in the learning phase, in the ad account, I guess I'll just show you from so if you're in the ad account, you just got to click on this account overview at the left, on the left side. Since this is a demo account, there's no active campaigns or spend, but you can see here on the right-hand side that it basically tells you over the last 7 days, the total amount you've spent in the ad account, your total budget, and then the percent of that spend that's in learning phase. So, best practices are, the lower this percentage is, the better. So they're recommending like lower than 20%, which is hard to do sometimes, like unless you have a big budget, but I have been seeing better performance the lower the percent is, but yeah, at least try to keep it below 50% would be good. So, anytime you add a new creative, increase budgets to drastically update audiences, obviously create a new campaign, like it's going to either reset the learning phase for an existing campaign, or if you're creating something new, that's going to be in learning until, you hit the 50 conversions in a 7-day period. So that's the whole point of, consolidating the account, like adding more budget across a fewer ad sets to kind of hit those conversions faster. But yeah, like it is hard to do. So just try to be mindful of that. And then if you have to add creative often, like just create a separate campaign for like creative testing. And then, it actually won't reset kind of the evergreen campaigns that you have running. Okay, so number 2 of Performance 5, creators for direct response, which is basically branded content ads. So, it's when the ad kind of looks like it's coming from an influencer, but it's actually coming from your account. So I have another video, which I'll link in the comments, on exactly how to create branded content ads. But yeah, it's a good option, because the ads look more native, it looks less like an ad. So someone could be more likely to click on it. And it gives a good diversity to the creative in your ad account. And I guess, yeah, Meta has done a lift study that shows they're working. So worth trying if you have the UGC influencer content. And it's good for the influencers too, right? Because you're putting budget behind their profile, so more people are going to see their actual handle. Number 3, nothing new, creative diversification. So it's always good to have different creative concepts. But I think what some people miss is like, oh, we always have to have video in the account. It's nice to have video, but the advantage of having like static video carousels is you're going to get different CPMs for the different formats, depending on, time of year and competition. So definitely have all different formats as you can, like test collection ads, dynamic, like all that stuff. Conversion API, yeah, you definitely need to have this now, like in the account. So with Shopify, it's really easy. You set up the Facebook sales channel and then it's automatically connected. And then if you go in Events Manager, you can see your score for the quality of the event matching. So usually for purchase conversions, like I'm seeing at least a score of like 8 or higher. So, if yours is slightly lower, it might be worth kind of checking and seeing what's happening like in the event section. Because obviously the higher the score, you should see better attribution in the actual ads account. And then this last thing, it's not for most brands because a conversion API lift study, I feel like you have to have like really big budgets. So I'll talk to the Facebook rep I know and see, if you can actually do like a lift study for a smaller brand, but I'm pretty sure the minimum budget's at least 40, 50K. So It's not for most brands. But yeah, that's it.